Please state your name for the record.
Mayhem. Mr. Mayhem if you're nasty.
King Mayhem, yeah. Mayhem, yeah. King.
So, Mayhem, where are you from?
Waterloo, Iowa, 319. Straight like that, Midwest.
Okay, so Midwest. How long have you been in Iowa?
Been in Iowa pretty much all my life. Moved around, been different places. West Coast primarily. Haven't been to the East Coast yet. But Iowa is the home. You know, that's the crib. You know, that's the foundation, the bricks. That's where it's at.
During the time you was moving around on your music career, who have you met?
I've done more opening up as far as meeting people. Like when it comes to music, you can meet someone and when you're an artist that's trying to get there, to them that's just what it is. To you, you think that's your opening, that's everything. You know, from Twista's opening for Snoop and them up in Minnesota. And you think just when you see them, you know, hey, here's my CD or here's that, or it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, there's some people that got their break that way, but it doesn't really work like that. You're pretty much an opening act. You know, you're pretty much wasting time for the celebrities to get there. You know what I'm saying? So as far as meeting people, back then you thought when you met them that was going to be your moment. But you were just an opening act.
Unfairly so.
Straight up. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
Never let nobody.
Peace, King.
Never let nobody.
What are your thoughts on the current state of the hip-hop game, hip-hop/rap game? Like, what are your true thoughts and be as real as possible?
As always, I am. I think collectively, coming from a person that's 40 years old, lyrics meant everything. Like production, everybody didn't have Dr. Dre beats. Everybody didn't have Timberland beats. You know, there were still dope beats out there, but you had to really bring it lyrically. You know, in the 90s, every time a CD dropped, it was pretty much a smash. It was pretty much a hit. So, and that's because of you had cats like Nas who wouldn't have the best production, but lyrically he's off the chain. So you're gonna listen to him anyway. You're gonna have cats like E40 who people just think is one of the wackest rappers, but one of the greatest beat pickers ever. You know, like that. So the current state of hip-hop is just like any parent that would have a kid who wouldn't appreciate the hardships or the power of a dollar. You know, you buy a kid some Jordans right now, and it's just Jordans. They happy to have them. They gonna tear them motherfuckers up. But an adult is gonna be like, man, I spent $200 on these. I know the value of it. So if you look at them like it's them not knowing what hip-hop is or what the culture is or all of that, yeah, you can say that, but yet and still, this is their era. This is their culture. This is their moment. What I don't like is it being cool to be a junkie. That's not cool, but you had hippies. You had cats like Ray Charles who was blind, doing heroin. You know what I mean? It's pretty much what it comes down to is freedom of speech and how much you are allowed to say. And that's what it boils down to. I'm sure all of the things that was going on back in the days, people would love to say what people are saying now. So that's why things look like it's worse. But in all actuality, there's nothing new up under the sun. So the state of hip-hop now, you got more young niggas that's going to get more money than the old niggas, and the old niggas is mad.
Facts.
And that's facts.
So how do you separate yourself from the local independent artists,
right,
and then from the major artists?
I think what's needed now in this state of hip-hop is people being able to relate. It's okay to be broke. It's okay to not have $1 million in the G5 and Gucci. You know, rap. It doesn't matter whether it's Jay-Z or Migos, rap has become such a big deal to where you gotta have a lot to be impressive. You gotta rap about everything. I think for me, I spit the real for what's never left. And what's never left is poverty. What's never left is the struggle. What's never left is people really trying to make $1 out of 15 cents to where this bill is $200 and this bill is $150 and you gonna put something on it because you can't pay both of it, but you gonna make sure you keep the shit on. You know, life ain't glamorous. And regardless what people listen to in this music, the more money and the more problems is real. You know, you will hear this cat talk about everything that he has, and then 6 months later, he didn't pay his taxes. So once you're able to really, really accept that this shit is really entertainment, that's where you'll be able to find your niche.
Who influenced your rap style?
A lot of people. I think just, you know, being a fan of music, and especially being in the Midwest, you know, we heard everything coming from the South, North, and everything coming from the East, West. You know, highly influenced by, of course, Rakim. Highly influenced by Corrupt from the Dog Pound, Scarface, Jay-Z, Twista. I think Twista is one of the most underrated writers of all time. I listened to a verse from his and I wonder what his spiral looked like. You know what I mean? Because it's words. Common sense. You know, the list goes on and on and on. But definitely inspired by writers. Straight lyricists, straight raw writers. That was, you know, my biggest inspiration.
So, hip hop artist that was lyricist.
Yeah.
Now I didn't hear you mention the go-to cats, Tupac.
You can.
Biggie.
You can. You really can. And that's
why did you mention them?
I don't mention them because that's hip hop's holy grail. Like, if you're gonna say a top 5, you automatically have to exclude Biggie and Pac out. You know, I don't care what your feelings is towards either one of them. Those are two people that you can't compare to anybody. So I would say I would have a top 5 and not include them in it, and people will say, oh man, you tripping. No, I'm not tripping. Those are two people that is no comparison, ultimately because of how tragically they died and what it was over. But also how important they was. You know, Biggie didn't have the material that Tupac had, but he also had an impact that Tupac didn't. Tupac was the rebel, thug, young cat with tats, but Biggie made the fat dudes cool. And it's a lot of fat dudes that got cool because of Biggie. To this day, you know what I'm saying? And so those two guys they will never be in my top 5. They are automatically they're the holy grail. It doesn't get any higher than them.
Right. Okay. What in your music, in your 25 years as a hip hop artist, what was one of your highlights or high points in your career? And it doesn't have to be with a show,
right,
anything like that. It could be a recording session.
Honestly, I think for me, because I never cared about the videos and all that type of stuff. Like, I see people now and they this many hits on Spotify, YouTube. I never cared about that. I wanted to be the illest one ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably my problem now. You know why I haven't put myself out there more, because it didn't matter. My highest points in my life, honestly, being real, was going to a park, everybody in the town rap, we get on the mic and we freestyle, and I kill everybody. When I leave, you gonna know I'm the baddest motherfucker to freestyle. And that's my highest points, and that's just not in Waterloo, that's everywhere I went.
So what are you working on now, or what is your latest project?
I just finished the project, King Mayhem, another mixtape, and it's been online. It's on DatPiff. I'm actually working on another project right now, State of Emergency, with my partner in crime, Burn the Architect. And you know me, man. You know how I work, man. I stay making music. I have so much music. You know, I stay making music. It's therapeutic for me. So yeah, I have that online right now. And I'm just back to my grind mode. I'm back to dropping 3-4 mixtapes a year.
Okay. For sure, man. We're gonna wrap it up here, man. So you wanna give out any shout outs or
for sure.
shout out your name, any shout outs, your Instagram, Twitter, and all that?
For sure. Just Mayhem 319. You can Google that, and that's Twitter. I don't really too much care for Facebook that much, but I'm on Facebook, Tory Williams Sr. Shout out to my family, my brothers, LOC. Too many of them to name, but you know, without them, I wouldn't be, you know, where I'm at. And just shout out to Waterloo, the technicians. You know, shout out to those that support me, and a double shout out to the niggas that hate.
Hell yeah! All right, man. Appreciate your time, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, let's get it.
Walking out the freshest walk, I decorate interiors.